Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be using our Ninja Foodi Smart XL grill to make some really easy, delicious steaks. And as a side item, we're going to do some Asian fusion green beans. So you ready? Let's get into this. For this recipe we need our steaks, a little bit of avocado oil. We're going to be using some of this for the steaks and a little bit of it for the green beans. Our herb combination for the steak. In here we have granulated garlic, a little bit of salt, pepper, thyme, and oregano. Our green beans, some low sodium soy sauce, wasabi paste, some Japanese togarashi, a little bit of minced garlic, and a little bit of black pepper. If you'd like to try out this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. The steaks take longer to get done, so we're going to do them first. You can oil these up and season them and cook them right away if you like. You'll get a little bit better result if you marinate them in your refrigerator for a couple of hours after you've done all of this. But you don't have to, they're still going to come out great. So take a little bit of our oil, pour it onto each of these steaks. Not too much, because remember, you do have to leave enough of this left over for your vegetables. Also, be sure to pour it right out of this little bowl. Don't dip your brush in here because you might cross-contaminate between your vegetables and your meat. Or better yet, just take a little bit of this oil out and put it into a different container and just use that for your vegetables instead. Go ahead and brush this oil on both of these pieces of meat, and we'll flip them over and put a little bit more oil here on both sides. Brush that in really good. Be sure you get around the edges here and around the sides as well. Then we'll take our herb combination, be sure it's mixed really well, and we'll just kind of put that on there in a pretty liberal fashion. I like a lot of herbs on my steak, so it just kind of depends on your personal preference how much of this you put on here. Just be sure you put some on both sides. This is another reason why I like to put the oil on first, because I want to make sure that I'm not brushing all of this off or anything like that. Now that this is all seasoned up, we'll go ahead and get our grill ready. We're going to be using the probe for this, so be sure to have that ready. I'm going to take this off. And you want to plug this into the machine before you get started, just to make your life a little bit easier. We'll go ahead and turn on the grill, and we're going to set the grilling temperature to the maximum. You could put this wherever you like, but I just like to have a nice crust on my steak. Then we're going to set our preset to beef, and then we're going to change the temperature to about a medium. Then we can go ahead and start this up, and once this preheats, we'll be ready to cook our steaks. Once your preheat is done, your machine will tell you when to add your food. So we'll go ahead and flip this open, and we'll add in our steaks. Be very careful, it's going to be scorching hot. As far as your probe goes, you're going to want that right into the middle of one of your steaks. Once you have that in there, go ahead and close this up, and it'll continue on to its cook. And you'll be able to see right here what the current temperature inside the meat is, the target temperature you're trying to get the center to, and right here it kind of tells you where that meat is right now. It's blinking rare because it is below rare. While the steaks are cooking, we can work on the green beans. You want to heat your pan up to about a medium heat or so. I'm going to put it at about a 6, which is someplace between a medium and a medium high. And then we're going to put just about a third of our oil into the pan. Now all we have to do is wait for this to heat up. You'll be able to tell when the oil's hot enough because you'll begin to see little ripples in there. If you see smoke, then that's not good because that's too hot. But with avocado oil, we don't typically have that problem unless you're really overheating your pans. Also, as the pan and the oil heat up, they'll appear to get a little bit thinner too. I don't know how well you can see this, but if I tilt the pan, you can see this ripple as it goes by. So we know that oil is hot. So now it's time to add our green beans. Be sure to use some tongs to mix these in really good. You want to make sure you get a little bit of oil onto all of your green beans. It'll be a good idea to toss these quite a bit during the cook as well, because we want these to cook as evenly as possible. Also, on your green beans, be sure you don't have these ends on here. You want to clip all these off. You can buy pre-trimmed ones at the store, and I'll tell you what, that's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. And who the heck is grabbing my leg? Oh, there's my little friend Bean, coming to say hello. Say hello, Bean. No? Oh, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. When we're about halfway done, the machine will tell you when to flip your steaks, so that's always nice. Just be careful with the one that you got the probe in, so you don't get that pulled out or anything. We're gonna keep tossing these in here, and we're not gonna add anything else until the green beans start to soften up a little bit. And you'll be able to tell when they start getting a little bit of color on one side. You know, they're getting pretty close to where you want them. So now we're gonna take our pepper and our togarashi and go ahead and mix those in here. You'll notice that I didn't put any salt into that herb mix, and that's by design because we are using soy sauce. I don't recommend adding any salt because if you do that, this is going to be way too salty, even if you're using low sodium soy. And we'll give it another minute or two before we add in our soy sauce. Another way you can tell if these are getting cooked is you'll see the color start to change. The more raw they are, the lighter colored they are. See, and if you look at this one, this is getting cooked pretty good, and that's turning a lot darker. So now we can add our soy sauce. This is getting pretty close to being done, so now we can go ahead and throw in our minced garlic. We didn't want to put this in too early because I didn't want it to get all burned or anything. And we'll squirt in our wasabi. Once you have this mixed in really good, then you can take the green beans off of the heat. Once we get these off, we can go ahead and check on our steaks. Once you reach the target temperature, the machine will tell you to go ahead and take the food out. So you can open this up. And as soon as you open the machine, you'll see a rest timer start, which is really great. So we'll take this out, and we're going to put these out on the cutting board, and we'll just set this out as well. Once these are rested properly, the machine will tell us, and we can go ahead and play it up. And let's see how this cook came out. Remember, we wanted a medium, and that's looking pretty medium to me. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Joe's Phenomenal, you can watch a couple more videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. We use ball tip steaks for this recipe, but you can really use any cut that you like. Just keep in mind that the amount of time it takes to cook is going to be dependent upon how thick your cut of meat is. If you try out this recipe, I'd love to hear what you got to say down in the comments. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Ninja Foodi Smart XL grill or the Ninja Foodi Never Stick pans that we used in this video, we do have an Amazon affiliate link to that stuff down in the description of the video. If you purchase anything through those links, we do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay 1 cent. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.